Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the entrepreneurial mindset, from idea to opportunity. We've just seen that everybody can have ideas. You have to face your own problems, you have to be open, you can look at events, changes, but now, not every idea is a good idea. How do you evaluate the ideas? And the first step is a very, very quick evaluation. Many entrepreneurs do that on basically a daily basis because they always see some problems and think, oh, I have to solve this, I have to solve this, I have to solve that. So it's a quick process, it's a short evaluation, it's a reflection which helps you to differentiate all those ideas you have from good ideas, which is that step in the process. So how do you get from idea through a short evaluation to a so-called good idea? And this is basically about 3 questions. And the first question, and this is most ideas, and we talked about pain versus gain, so all of these pain ideas is, which problem are you solving? Because many also VCs, remember Vinod Khosla, he says, if there's no problem, there's no company. So you have to face a problem, you have to solve a problem for the customer, and if you solve a problem, then he's willing to buy from you. Secondly, are you able to get the customer? Are you able to reach the customer? Can you get closer to him? Or are you stuck in a value chain anywhere else? Then it might be more problematic. And last not least, is there a willingness to pay? So if you want to start an idea, and you face a problem, and maybe many people have that problem, but these people can't pay or are not willing to pay for your service because your service is too costly for them. And these are the 3 questions entrepreneurs always ask themselves when they have new ideas, when they go through the world with their open minds and find something they might want to solve. So if we look closer into what we've developed as ideas, or the students have developed ideas. First of all, the university social network. You remember, they met at the graduation and they thought, oh, we have to stay in contact. So the problem is there, they want to stay in contact. And this is what they wish to do. But can you really get the customer for that? Well, you have the list of graduations, but on the other hand, many of the people who have graduation right now, everyone is probably listed on Facebook, member of Facebook. So Facebook as a big competitor is already there. And are you willing to pay for an additional service if you're already on Facebook and you can maybe do a Facebook group for that? Probably not. Maybe it's worth to build a community, an own chapter for your group, for your graduation. It works out, but this is not an idea which results into a company which could be successful in the future. So if we look at the university social network, once again, we'll see, yes, the problem is there, but to be honest, there are other solutions that are well established where you can solve these problems, which are a lot closer to the customer, which have billions of customers, and which can work with the non-willingness to pay of the customers. Looking at our second idea, the backpacking delivery service. Is there a problem? Well, imagine that guy standing at the counter at an airport, and he has lots of things. He would like to deliver from A to B. Well, the problem is there. And you might have faced that problem too. You fly to another country and you do some shopping and you want to fly back, and there are the restrictions of the airline companies, and they don't take your excessive luggage. So you need some delivery service there, which might not be a backpacking delivery service, but the problem is there. What about the customer? Well, to be honest, the customer is there too. There are backpackers, there are people flying around the world. I mean, you and me, we probably had that problem too. So it happens. It happens that you come up, you have too much luggage, or you want to go on to a different kind of tour, you want to go on vacation, and you need more space, and you don't have that space in your car or in public transportation. So you need some kind of service there. But what about the willingness to pay in that extent? Are you really willing to pay more than the regular delivery services already being existent in the world? Well, probably not. At least it's questionable. And if you have to think that through, everyone can use the delivery service which are already there. And these services, like UPS, DHL, they are very established all over the world. So the probability that you will establish something which is good on the same cost base like the big delivery services is low. Maybe there's a higher willingness to pay if people desperately look for a solution standing in front of an airport counter. So at least this is questionable right now. But the positive thing is you have found a problem. You can reach the customer. However, you have to go deeper into that question of willingness to pay. So you might want to follow up with this idea, might want to think about some extensions there or some niches there worth being looked at in order to develop your service. What about the online style consultant? Well, we remember the guy in the video. He probably needs a style consultant. Maybe I need a style consultant. For me, it's easier. I always have the white shirts, but maybe I would like to have other shirts. So I need a style consultant. So, especially for men, the problem is there. Can you reach the customer? Well, at the very end, it's every man out there. Some might have girlfriends or be married and they have good consultants at home. Maybe. Some might have no sense for what they want to wear. But there's a remaining group of people you can reach. And it's easy to go into the street and look at the people and give them a flyer, because you can identify them very, very easily. They might not be interested, but at least you can reach the customer. So it's positive. What about the willingness to pay? Well, are you willing to pay for a style consultant? Well, I am if he helps me. But buying clothes is a real commodity. And if you look at the market, some people have or buy cheap clothes. So it's a very competitive market. People look at prices very extensively. So being able to establish yourself in that market is at least questionable. Maybe there are people who are willing to pay, and maybe you can build something up with an interesting cost structure. So this is definitely worth looking deeper into that. Now, at the very end, you see what entrepreneurs do. You remember the three situations, remember the ideas being derived out of this. This is idea generation. Everyone can do that. And then you have to ask yourself those three easy questions. Is there a problem? If yes, it's positive. Can you reach the customer? If yes, it's positive. Is there a willingness to pay? Might be. Well, it's worth looking into that more closely. And this is where you end. So now we've identified two good ideas out of the three ideas, because the first idea is probably already existing. The second might be worth looking deeper into that, so it's a good idea, could be an opportunity. The third idea also is a good idea, could be an opportunity. So next step is to look more closely into exactly those two ideas.